Hello and welcome to the 15th episode of Lost Art of Conversations with your host Joe
and Paul.
Before we start, Paul, let's make sure everyone knows where to find us on social media. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Lost Art of Conversations and on Twitter at Lost Art of Convo. You can search us by our podcast name wherever you listen to your podcasts and on YouTube. Just remember to follow us and subscribe so that you get instant notification when a new episode drops. Today's episode, Paul, is titled First World Problems. FWP for short. FWP. So, we always talk about the fact that this podcast, like the genesis of it, is basically the fact that we wanted the genesis.
That word. I like that word too. The genesis of it.
It is basically the point is that we're talking about the fact that like it's about. We came up with the idea of the podcast because it's let's have conversations about things that people talk about all the time.
That's right.
Yeah. And one of the things that people do all the time is they complain.
They talk about things that they complain about things that don't really matter.
Yeah.
In general.
Well, I mean, the thing is that if I have a problem, I'll call a friend and I'll talk about my problem.
Yeah.
But is it really a problem?
That's right. See, we inflate things that we think are problems, but really they're very small non-issues in the grand scheme if you take a step back.
Exactly.
Right.
I think what it is that like, okay, so sometimes like as adults, right, we look down at like when like little kids come up and they've got like some kind of problem, right?
Yeah.
And we think of it as being such a minuscule problem in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, because of the fact that we've lived through it and we kind of know and we're like, okay, that's not a big deal. Like, why are you guys making such a big deal about it, right?
Yeah.
So like we call those like kid problems, right?
Yeah, but for kids though, everything's a problem. Everything's a big world-ending problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's because of the fact that they're very much when children are that age, you expect them to be egocentric.
That's right. Yeah. Well,
right?
It's all about them me kind of thing, right?
And then they're supposed to grow out of that stage.
Yeah, but because they're learning, right? They they don't know everything. They think everything's they're the whole world basically.
Exactly.
Right? So, but some adults are like that.
I was gonna say, isn't that just what we do also, but as adults? But the only thing is that there isn't really anybody out like older than us, that much older than us, that can come and say to us, well, your problems are not a big deal, right? Like we can say that to our kids because it's like we're the authoritative figure, right? But like, who's our authoritative figure to come and say, well, like, what do you complain about? Like, those aren't really problems.
Yeah, I mean, essentially it'd be our parents, but they're older. They don't really care about those things. They just say they care about their grandkids, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's just the caring skips a generation.
That's right. Yeah, they don't care about us anymore.
Yeah,
no. But I think that. Yeah, I mean, some kids are, they do complain, but I think complaining in general, even with adults, have to do with it's egocentric. It's a selfish thing, right?
Yeah.
Everybody who complains, it's because it's about them. Something's not happening with them. Something's not happening to them. They're not getting something. So it's all about them in general, right?
Yeah,
and that's the whole.
And I guess
problem.
at the end of the day too, like, we don't have we call this episode First World Problems because we're like, okay, are they really problems? Like, is it because I think we're just like, we have it too good. And so like, we're complaining about things that we shouldn't even be worried about. But like it's not like we're going to run into somebody from like randomly from a second or third world country. And they're going to say to us like, what are you complaining about?
Yeah. Well, they're probably not going to complain about the same things. That's for sure.
Of course.
And you know what? You know what's crazy about that is that people who are, not as well off as other people, they don't complain as much as the people who have more. I guess that's the whole basis of this.
I think it's greed.
It's greed. It's about, I mean, it's like they have too much and they want more. And if it doesn't go their way, they, upset and all that.
Yeah. And the thing is that I think like, I know for myself, and I'm sure you have too, more than a few times you've probably talked to your kids about the word grateful, right? Like, because sometimes, the kids forget about that, right? It's like they want the next toy at Christmas or they want the next big thing, right? And it's like, oh, you're not grateful enough or whatever. But then can we really say that? Because I think as adults, I think sometimes we lose out on that as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, kids, they want everything they see.
Yeah.
especially on the ads. The ads on TV are very effective. You know, a new toy comes out, I want it. You know, something simple, like even like for instance, my son had a big paper clip, like an inflated, you know, an abnormally big paper clip. Right?
Where do you get that from?
To be honest, I have no idea. And then he wanted a huge pen to go along with it,
my
or
God.
pencil.
That's
right?
pretty amazing.
Yeah,
though.
so we had to find one.
Yeah. You had to.
We had to find one.
Yeah.
And get it for him, because it was just, to be honest, because I think we wanted it more than him.
I know. I mean, an inflated pencil, Paul. Come on.
It's huge, right? So I think it's like 2 feet long or something, and it's thick. It's like 3 inches thick or something.
Wow.
So it's like one of those overly done things. But it was kind of like okay. But anything they see, they want, right? And then it's like,
of course,
you have to argue with them, and you know, it just goes on and on. But
yeah. So when we were thinking of like different things, like I came up with a list of things. I'm not even sure Paul really has seen the list.
To be honest, I glanced it over.
He perused it.
But I don't remember anything, to be honest.
Being able to like peruse a file on the computer is a first world problem.
Yeah, I think anything to do with technology is first world.
Okay,
Definitely.
so we'll go through the list and we'll have a little discussion about like, really, is it something like that's worth complaining about, or have we just become so like fixated with like all this stuff that we have that like we just complain about like the littlest of things?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
We have everything, we want more, we complain about it.
And of course we're gonna have fun with it, right? Like it's not about like, we're not sitting here and saying like, you know, a lot of these things we all complain about, right? And at the end of the day, if we sit down and we take like a step back and we just kind of breathe, it's like, really, in the grand scheme of things,
they don't mean
like
anything. Yeah.
given the fact that like, you know, we're relatively happy, you know, we've got food on our plate, etc. We live in a pretty good country, you know, like I think it's a pain in the butts that some of these things happen that we talk about on this list. But I mean, really, if we take a step back, I think a lot of us would kind of just say, you know, I think we complain a little bit too much.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
So the first one that we listed was cell phone upgrades. Okay, like, are they necessary, Paul?
So, well, the whole point of cell phone companies is to sell you the next thing, right?
Yeah.
And just like if you look at like Apple,
yeah,
everybody makes fun of them because the next phone is always slightly better, slightly different than the one before, but everybody wants it and they have to buy it and they freak out and I want it and they stand in lineups, right? So I think that, do we need it? No, definitely not. I mean, I know some people who have flip phones still, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the technology is different because there's a lot more functionality in a smartphone, but yeah, I mean, I think after a certain number of months or maybe a year, like, I need a new phone. I need the next one. So it's so shiny, it's better. I want another one.
Okay, so is this keeping up with the Joneses? Is it media? Is it media telling us that something is so much better that like we feel like we have to?
That's what it is.
Like I struggle with it if it's more like trying to keep up with what everyone else is doing. Because I honestly don't really care what phone Paul has. I don't care whatever. Like, if
see, you're like that, but a lot of people they want to show I got the newest phone.
Look what I have,
right?
Yeah.
And I have to have it, and I got to drop $2,000 on a phone, right? And it's just like, look what I have, kind of thing. And then it makes that person say, okay, well, maybe I should get that phone. I should upgrade because I want to look like that too.
Well, and the thing is that like it's like there's like specs that I don't think we ever gave a crap about until they told us we needed to, right?
They pumped it in our brains.
Yeah, because the other day, like I was at home and like, you know, eventually I'm going to give my son like the iPhone I have, right? Because I'm not going to get him a new iPhone.
Yeah.
And then I'll get a relatively new one, but I'm going to be honest, I can't afford like the newest iPhone when it comes out. So I'm probably going to get
I'm going to get another phone.
Well, because I'm going to give him the one I have, right? Yeah,
but
I'm
why?
saying, well, because if I'm
he
going
needs a phone.
I need a new
phone.
he needs a phone
okay.
anyway, so I might as well give him one that's used, right? I'm not going to give him a better phone than me, right?
Why not, Joe?
But the thing, I know, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like, in talking to him, he's like, Dad, you should get the one. You got to get one that has at least 3 cameras.
Yeah.
Why?
You know what else is funny? When you want to buy a new phone.
Yeah. Your phone tells you.
Yeah, that's true. But you always see the new one that you have to buy. It's never like the fourth generation
No,
before,
no.
unless it's used. And then it's like, I don't want to use it.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want to
yeah,
use
yeah.
phone. Or like, it's like, oh, it's crappy compared to. Meanwhile, the specs are so similar.
They're so similar.
And it's like okay, I'm guilty of it too. I bought the S22
Yeah.
Samsung,
Yeah.
which is the new whatever. And I bought it because I'm like, oh, the camera's amazing. It's way better. I had the I think it's 21 or whatever. And it's like exactly the same, like pretty well similar, except for the camera. Do I use the features of the new camera? No.
Well, and
it's, what is going on?
I always use this as an example to my students at school, right? Because like Apple has had the technology to be able to like project stuff from your phone onto a wall for the longest time, but they haven't had to use it.
No.
Because idiots will still buy phones
That's
anyways.
right.
Like us.
There's a picture. I think it was Steve Jobs' daughter. To be honest, she posted something on Instagram, or whatever, and it says, getting the new iPhone, right?
Yeah.
And then the picture was of this older guy, with a plaid shirt on, and for Christmas he got a new plaid shirt exactly the same, and then the caption was something like, I don't know what it was like, getting the new iPhone, so different, but it was the same. It was like the same.
Yeah.
But people want it.
So it's almost like they're even mocking us for wanting
That's
a new phone.
right. Yeah.
They're telling us, you idiots, you're
us.
still buying a phone,
Yeah.
even though we barely changed it.
It's like they changed
and everyone
that one.
laughs at the commercial and then buys the phone.
That's right. Because we want it, right?
Yeah.
And it's not just for phones; it's for everything, right? The newest car.
Yeah.
I need to get a new car.
But I think the phone like has replaced what we used to do with our computers.
Yeah, definitely,
right? Because the computers, right, like they became obsolete so quickly.
Yeah.
Right. And I think the reason why people are more willing to make that jump with their phones is because they're using their phones so much like a computer.
Yeah.
Right. That the money that they used to spend on computer, like I know for me, for example, like my work provides me with a laptop.
Yeah.
Right. So I use the laptop they give me. So I'm less likely to drop hundreds of dollars every couple of years to upgrade my computer because I have a laptop from work. But whereas my phone, I'm like, eventually, I guess since I'm not spending money on computers anymore, I'll spend it on my phone.
Yeah, but so the thing is this: you're saying hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
But if you get like the Apple computer,
yeah,
it's like $3,000.
I know. I'm talking about just a Chromebook, right? Just to upgrade my Chromebook.
Yeah, that's something like whatever.
Yeah.
But the problem is people want like the MacBooks and they want like the HP Pavilions or whatever they call it now, and they want the highest models.
Yeah.
Right. But again, going back to this third world problem. Yeah. Are they necessary? They're necessary because we want them. Do we need them? No, not really.
Yeah. Okay.
So
let's go on to the next one. The next one, Paul, is plastic straws, right?
Plastic
so
straws.
like there's a lot of people are complaining about the fact that like they're either getting no straws when they go to places
I've seen that.
or they're getting paper ones.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, I hate paper straws.
They disintegrate in the liquid.
Yeah, but not even
right
that.
away.
But like even when I put it to my mouth,
Yeah,
like,
it sticks to your lips. Like
yeah,
it's got
like,
the
it
fibers
starts-
that stick to your.
yeah,
It starts to disintegrate.
it starts to disintegrate in your mouth.
Yeah. So like
right?
you're eating paper essentially when
Yeah,
you're drinking.
I think we had
your
an
water.
episode like this, but with ice cream, with the paper on the ice cream cone.
That's right.
Yeah,
We did.
yeah, but I mean, it's disgusting.
Yeah, but you know what? It's the environment.
Okay, but okay, here's my
people
thing.
are,
I
you know-
completely agree. I completely agree that this is a major issue. We got to fix this, etc. But hasn't this issue been around for a long time? But now the media decided it was the thing to tackle.
Yeah, because now it's the hot topic is environment, right? Like over the last 5-10 years maybe.
Like, don't you think that maybe the people who make the paper straws are like, hey, let's talk to the media.
Yeah, and let's
You
throw that
can't
out
get a
there.
plastic fork anymore, Paul.
Yeah, you can.
No,
if you
go to
order
the store.
Uber,
Go to
no,
Fortino's,
If
Paul.
you order Uber,
Yeah.
you can say add utensils and
Yeah.
they're plastic.
Okay,
in the
with
paper.
Uber, because Uber probably took them all from Fortino's.
Maybe they did.
You go to Fortino's, and now all their utensils are from trees.
Yeah, but so as you're eating it, it falls apart. Can you eat it after? Like
What are you talking about? No, I'm saying the utensils are wooden.
A wood, like
Yeah.
tree. Okay, I thought you
Yeah,
were
from
talking about paper.
no, they're actually
So
wood.
you're cutting your fish or your steak with a paper knife.
Yeah, it's no, it's a wood. It's a wood. It's
Like
made out of
bamboo
wood.
or something.
Yeah, like but and it says on the box because I'm like,
Okay,
what?
wait a
They're
second.
cutting trees down now.
Yeah. See, so
But they're like, no, but it's from a renewable
no,
source.
it's biodegradable.
Yeah, but Paul,
But it's a
I don't
tree.
know.
They're killing the environment to make these fake. I think what they should do is they should make synthetic woods. They probably do, but they should make that kind of thing where it's biodegradable, disintegrates over time when you put it in a landfill or wherever, and it is made of fake wood, fake whatever.
Look, I think complaining about not being able to access plastic straws is definitely a first world problem because we're so used to plastic straws, right? Like I think in other countries, people are like, just give me the drink, I'll be happy.
That's
to
what I'm
just
saying.
drink
There's
it.
no straws there.
Yeah.
In a
Does it
third
make
world.
a
No.
Does it make a difference?
No,
It's
you can
because
still
we're
drink
used to it.
You
Yeah.
know why? Because germs. Oh, I need a straw, nicely packaged to take it out, and no, because the
for
cup
sure.
is dirty. I don't want to drink from the cup.
For me, it's because of the bubbles, Paul. Every once
you
in a while, I
gotta
like to
do the
blow a bubble.
Oh my god! You know what? I do the same.
No, but I mean, how are you gonna have? Okay, it's like all joking aside, like, how are you having a milkshake?
Yeah, you can't just drink a milkshake.
You
with
can't.
Your mouth.
You're not gulping a milkshake down like this,
Then
right?
you might as well just have ice cream
You might as well have a brain freeze for the rest of your
or
life.
brain fruit. But what about the whipped cream on top? You got to eat that first with
Well, that's the other thing too,
with your
right? Like,
biodegradable utensil.
yeah, like, do I have to have whipped cream on my nose because there's no plastic straw,
Exactly.
right? So there are other issues. They're first world problems.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I don't like the paper straws. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wish there was some other solution. I get, and I honestly do think that my issue is this: like the plastic straws. Anybody in their right mind would have known this a long time ago that there were birds choking on plastic straws. Like the birds didn't just all of a sudden start choking one day.
Yeah.
Right? It's been happening for a long time.
Since
right?
they made
But now
straws.
all of a sudden, somebody who invested in some eco company or whatever
Probably.
has decided, hey, you know what? Let's make this a big issue, and now everybody has to jump on board, because if they don't jump on board, oh look, it's McDonald's with the plastic straws. Oh look, it's Starbucks.
Yeah.
Right? Look, they're not
it's-
jumping on board.
I think it's just all marketing. To be honest, I don't know. What do you think? Like, okay, it does save the environment, great, but there's still those straws in the earth, in the landfills.
Yeah.
The previous straws.
Yeah.
So
What's
they're
the
just gonna
solution
leave
to
them
that?
there, right? Like, okay, going forward. There's no plastic straws, but then what about the ones from before?
Well, I know.
Let's
I
leave
know.
them there.
No,
and
no.
1,000 years later.
I know. And I get what you're saying, right? Like we're trying to solve the issue moving forward, but what about the fact that they're still sitting around,
Yeah.
they're still existing, right?
Exactly.
Like I don't think. Okay, so like I'm assuming. Okay, just like what happens with gas, right? Because everyone complains about the price of gas, and they're like, yeah, but they have all these reserves and stuff like that. You're telling me there's no reserve of plastic straws? You're telling me,
100%.
like, I'm sure there's tons of plastic straws sitting in.
Well, here's the thing: we're talking about our country.
Yeah, yeah.
How about other countries?
Yeah,
Have
exactly.
they implemented that kind of thing?
I don't know.
No. So they probably. Well, we don't know. I don't know. I have to look it up. But if not, if the majority of the world still has plastic straws,
Yeah,
I mean, how long does it take to get rid of these things?
I know, and that's what I'm saying.
I think the whole point is that the straws in general,
Yeah,
like, it's a third world because you don't need one
yeah.
to drink, to
A
consume
certain
beverage. Right.
a certain beverage. I have to say, the milkshake is something. Like
If you had to, you would drink it.
How are you gonna have a milkshake, Paul, without a straw?
If you drink a milkshake with a paper straw, that thing's done.
It's done. You can't.
No, you can't.
But
It
that's what I'm trying to
soaks up
say.
the fibers disintegrate.
So, like, are we saying that, like, we're done with milkshakes now,
I didn't say that.
or is that no? But I'm saying
I didn't say that.
that, like, there's gonna my milkshake gets a little.
Yeah.
I got. That
How did
sound
I
in my
know?
head.
How did I know?
No, but I mean, no, but what I'm trying to say is that, like, is that the thing? Like, so now people who like drinks that are normally from a plastic straw, do they get like veto power? Like, so like a certain drink, is still allowed a plastic straw. Like all the reserved plastic straws must
for certain
go
drinks.
for certain drinks, right?
They got rid of them all.
They're gonna get rid of
I
them.
went to
no matter what.
Symposium. I don't know, a couple
But
weekends
what
ago.
does one have to suffer because of everyone else, right?
Because
One
it's the
size doesn't
law.
fit all.
It's the rules now, and you got to
Okay.
follow the rules.
Okay, we're gonna move on
move on
because
from
the
straws.
next one, Paul, the next topic kind of goes with the plastic straws.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, and it's the Tim Hortons coffee lids.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and
But they still have those,
yeah, they still have them,
and they're plastic.
and they're plastic, aren't they? Right. But my
They
thing
are.
is that I don't know if you've noticed, but like Tim Hortons, more than any other coffee place, I feel, is constantly fooling around with their lid. They're constantly trying to change
They're
it.
trying to innovate it.
Yeah, but like they came up with a lid before. I had to stop drinking coffee from there. I had
What
to
happened?
stop. Okay, so the space where the coffee comes out of
Uh-huh.
is like not very close to the edge of the cup. It's like closer to the middle. But
too
I'm sorry,
far.
but who drinks coffee like that?
You're
First
gonna
of all,
spill it.
yeah,
You're gonna spill it,
okay,
for sure.
but who has those lips? Like when I go to drink coffee, the
It's gonna
lid,
burn your lip.
it's
first of
gonna
all.
burn.
It's gonna burn like
yeah,
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense. Like if you're coming up with the lid, do you drink from the lid before you process millions of these lids and give them to Tim Hortons? Like who tested these lids?
Somebody with big lips.
Someone with big lips. Someone who gulps instead of sips their coffee. Because
right.
if you can't sip that coffee.
You gotta like
because
turn it upside down to drink it.
No, but Paul, but then
Essentially.
it goes down too fast and you're smoked.
done.
You're
Yeah.
done,
Yeah.
right? Because it's too hot, the
Yeah, yeah.
coffee. So if you're drinking tea, you're done.
You're done.
Your throat's done.
100%.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that, like, you can't sip the coffee. You have to gulp it. But if it's hot, you can't gulp.
You can't gulp. No,
It's
You can't.
ungulpable.
It's ungulpable. Honestly, like they have changed it a few times, and man, just come up with one lid and that's it.
I can't drink it. I
Okay.
can't drink from there.
How about McDonald's had a lid where it was like a point where you drink it from,
You know
like
what?
a sippy cup.
It was like a sippy cup.
You know, sippy cups.
They're like, we can't figure this out. Let's go to the origin.
Let's go to here. They're all babies. Just serve them a
Yeah.
sippy cup.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Yeah, but you know what? I almost say that's probably better. Like
It worked.
because at least then the sippy cup it sits on your lip
Yeah.
and you could decide
It's like a straw.
the speed on which the liquid enters your
right.
mouth.
That's right.
Whereas the Tim Hortons one, there's no
There's no
control.
innovation there.
All I know, Paul, is that more than a few times I had like I almost choked while I was driving. While I was drinking
Yeah, no,
coffee,
it's not good.
and I went to go sip it, and then at first I'm trying to figure out how to put it in my mouth because I'm like, what is this, right? I go to
Yeah.
put it in, and then a bunch pours out faster
yeah.
than it should, and then it goes down my throat without me actually gulping like the coffee, and
So-
it burned the hole
Yeah.
in my throat.
So now they have the ones you tear them back and you push
Yeah.
them to the back. You know,
Yeah.
you clip them in kind of.
Yeah, and then the clip doesn't work.
Well, that's the
It
thing.
snaps back while you're
Yeah.
drinking.
When you rip it, the whole coffee opens.
it's
the lid
ridiculous.
opens up. It goes everywhere. Like
It's a first world problem,
It is, and we complain about it,
and it's annoying.
and it's annoying, and it should be fixed.
Shouldn't we be happy we could just drink coffee?
I think so.
Yeah.
In abundance.
Yeah, in abundance
Yeah.
from a takeout place that we wait 15 minutes for.
That's right. Yeah, 15 minutes and pay whatever and waste $50 in gas.
Yeah.
Waiting in line. That coffee
Anyways,
costs you $50.
Look, I brought it up because I know that's something that I've complained about a lot in the past, and like
I
honestly,
remember
it's
those lids.
it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
something
I
we
remember.
should be complaining about. We should be just happy. But when it happens, it's hard not to complain about it because it's such a pain.
It is. It is.
I was gonna say it's a pain in the butt, but it's a pain in the mouth.
It's at the throat.
Yeah. The next one, Paul, I know this is something for sure you complain about.
B? Okay, go.
I don't complain about it as much because I don't do as much of this.
Okay.
Okay. But you 100%. Okay.
Go ahead. I'd like to hear it.
I know
I didn't
for
read this
sure
one.
that you complain about online deliveries being late.
Oh my god. Okay, this one time, I don't know how many times, maybe once or twice. Okay, definitely
Yeah.
once, but maybe twice or maybe even 3 times.
Yeah.
I ordered food from, I think it was like a Chinese food or something.
Okay,
right?
but food is different. Food I have to say like
Okay,
it's
so
a
you're
legit.
but that's
I'm saying
delivery.
online. Okay, yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then we'll do both. Then.
Yeah, okay. So what happened with the
So
food?
the food was, it never came.
Okay, but that's like
Twice. No, but
that's
it
a legitimate
never came.
complaint. I don't think that's a first world problem.
No, it is.
If you
because,
expect food and you don't have it,
it
I
is
think
and
that's
it
a
isn't,
complaint.
because I could have just gone to this restaurant and picked it up.
Yeah, okay.
It is a first world problem.
Yeah, it's a first world
It's like,
problem because why do you
where's
deliver?
my delivery driver
Yeah.
for my food?
Yeah.
right? But yeah, so that was a few times. I'm sure it's happened to other people. But in terms of deliveries with products,
Yeah.
okay, Amazon is, you know what, they're pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
if something doesn't come, you call them up, they refund it, and whatever. And a few times, I'm not gonna lie, you don't get it.
Yeah.
You call a complaint, they give your money back, and then
Yeah.
it shows up,
Yeah.
and then you don't say anything.
Double dip.
Double dip. But yeah, this is definitely a first world problem. So if these things don't come in like the same day, it bothers me. Because like just
crazy.
the other day we ordered something and it says delivery at night, right? If they say that, how many times does it actually okay, let me rephrase that.
Okay.
It does come
Yeah.
80-90% of the time.
Yeah.
The rest of the time, the 10%, we have to reschedule for the next day, the next available date.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I was expecting it. They said it was going to deliver today. So you start complaining, getting upset. And it's like, okay. And even my kids, like, if I could tell them the time, it says, okay, we ordered same day delivery and it's supposed to be here at night. Then it's like, okay, what time is it coming? Okay, well, I don't know.
But don't you think it's
And then-
crazy that we do that with our kids? We do that too.
They want an instant gratification.
They,
So do I.
They need to
I
know.
want it now.
But do they need to know?
They don't need to know, but then they want to know.
But because we created that though.
We did, yeah. Because before it was like, let's go to the store, let's go to the store, let's
Yeah.
go to, and they
Yeah.
keep saying it 50
Yeah.
times.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
okay, fine.
yeah.
But now it's like, okay, I ordered it, it's coming
Yeah.
today, and then when it gets closer to the night, it's like, is it what time's it coming? What
But
time's
isn't it
coming?
better to tell them 3 days from now, and then when it comes early, it's like, yeah,
Well, they know better.
okay.
So now they're like, they
They
know
expect
that it's
speed.
same day
They're
delivery.
like, Dad wouldn't order this
Yeah,
unless
that's
it's coming tomorrow.
because I want
Yeah.
it right
Yeah.
away too. Because
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't want to hear it for 3 days.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But it's definitely like something to complain about that shouldn't be complained about, because
Yeah.
I think the whole generality is it's too convenient, and because we've been I don't know the word, desensitized to convenience.
Yeah.
It's like we expect it. If it doesn't happen, it's another thing to complain about,
Yeah.
which doesn't really matter, to be honest. If you don't get it, okay, wait, right?
So we have to temper our expectations
I guess so.
in general.
In general, yeah.
Well, because I think that, okay, so here's the thing that's funny, because like we in some ways, I think we've tempered our expectations of some stuff because like, like the sometimes quality of stuff and like we'll say, oh, like people don't do things the way they used to, like, oh, look, the houses aren't built the way they used to in the back of the day, and this car isn't made how it used to be, or whatever. So we temper our
Sure, it's
expectations.
not. It was the past.
Yeah.
No, it's new.
But now, but in other ways we don't. Now we expect so much or too much in other aspects of our lives.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the future it's gonna be so bad, the complaining, where it's like, unless you have it in 5 minutes, think about it. We want, it's all dopamine rush. We want the excitement, right away.
It's like when you send a text and you expect a response
Yeah,
right away.
then you see the dots and nobody, they're writing right,
But-
and then it stops dotting.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with
Like-
you. That texting annoys the crap out of me.
I
You know
text
why?
all the time.
You know why it annoys me the crap out of me? Because I have lowered expectation of text compared to other people. If I text someone, I could care less if I get a response like 5 hours later. I
honest,
don't have
yeah.
because if I wanted an instant response, I would call them.
Okay, that's another
That's
thing.
what
So
I think.
a lot of people don't answer because they just don't want to talk anymore.
Okay.
Hence the whole point of this podcast.
I know. I think text conversations are annoying.
Okay, so when obviously I text all the time to my employees and all that, and just what are they doing on site, and send me a picture of this or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, if I have to type more than one sentence, it's like, it bothers me. Because some people text a novel. I'm like, just call me. It's easier.
It is easier.
You wasted 10 minutes texting, correcting your spelling.
Yes.
Like, just, hey.
It's crazy.
Pick up the phone and say, hey, what's going on? Okay, can we do this? Okay, bye.
Beautiful. We're done.
Boom. That's it. My longest text, I think maybe 2-3 sentences.
Yeah.
Everything else is like, if one of my employees just says, okay, this happened, whatever, I'm like, okay, thumbs up,
Yeah.
high five, whatever, right? That's it. Because I'm like, okay, what do you need to talk? Or good job,
I
whatever.
don't have to send you 10 sentences back to tell you I'm happy.
No.
Yeah.
Right? So it's kind of mind you, our thing is we use Slack
Yeah.
at our office.
Yeah.
So everybody uses Slack. So there's constant text coming through.
Yeah.
Just to keep updated.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
But
yeah,
not necessarily responding. Just say, this happened today. This is happening now. Whatever. Just to
Yeah.
keep an update. Right.
There's a lot of different like communication apps like that are helping.
But after a
with us.
certain point, if you're texting for like, I don't know, an hour,
Yeah.
it's like, pick up the phone, man.
Just pay the phone. Yeah.
That's it.
So okay, so the next one is having to wait a week for an episode of a show,
Oh man.
or
yes.
not being able to fast forward commercials.
Yeah. So I think the generation after, like our
Yeah.
kids or whatever,
Yeah.
they're so used to like, if we're watching a show
Yeah,
that's live,
Yeah.
or that's happening now,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, can't you fast forward? No,
Yeah.
you can't fast forward.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
it's true.
yeah. But
It's so now
it's-
now it's kind of weird because like at the beginning when we were like watching a lot more like live TV and stuff, when we started like when we got our PVR for the first time, and like we were like actually like recording stuff and things like that. I remember sometimes I'd be sitting there with Josie watching something, and this commercial would start, and she's like, "Can't you just fast forward this?" And I'm like, "No, because this is
because
actually
it's
live."
actually happening now.
And she's like, "Oh." So then there'd be times where like we'd go to sit down to watch something that's live, and I'm like, let's just wait 10 minutes. Let's do something
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
And then we'll start watching it 10-minute delayed, because then we could fast forward the commercial.
Oh my God. Wow.
But you know what?
Don't want to sit through 5 minutes of commercials.
But I'm saying like instead of rushing to sit down, like let's say a show starts at 9 and it's live TV, right? Why not do something you need to do for the
actually
next
pretty
15
smart, to be
minutes?
honest.
Yeah. And then sit at 9:15 and start watching it from 9
yeah,
o'clock.
yeah.
And then you don't watch any commercials.
watch
It's good.
it.
But
Yeah.
it's brilliant.
Hey, listen, that works.
Yeah.
But okay, now there's still live TV. Like
Yeah.
if you have Rogers or
Yeah.
whatever, Shaw or whatever cable,
Yeah.
there's episodes that happen. But 90% you can either get that on
Yeah.
demand,
Yeah.
the same episode,
Yeah.
or Netflix and all the streaming
Yeah.
services where there's no commercials, you just
Yeah.
watch it, and that's it.
It's
So
true.
I think it's like the having it now available now when I want is
Yeah.
a huge thing, and it's definitely something that people shouldn't complain about if something's not like, why can't I fast forward? Well, it's live, it's different, right? But eventually we're gonna just have instant 100%, where anything you want, it's like, we'll look at YouTube,
Yeah.
right?
I know.
You said right away, I want this, boom.
Well,
watch it.
okay, so I'll give you an
Right?
example. So like and I think I mentioned this example before, but like people don't even have the attention span to like watch like live sports even.
No, honestly, I can't do it.
Yeah.
No, even
No,
if
but-
you're there at the game.
Yeah. But like, no, but I'm
It's
saying
like
like,
you don't wanna
no, but
watch.
like, okay, if I'm at the game, I want to watch the game. Like I know like sometimes
Yeah,
you
but
get
how much of
distracted
the
with
game
stuff.
you actually watch, to be honest?
But if it's a basketball game, I watch most of it.
Honestly,
I'm-
people are on their phone.
Yeah,
taking
I know,
pictures,
but
talking
I'm
to the
saying
next
okay,
person.
so
You're not
what I-
watching the whole game.
No, but I'm saying okay. So for example, like I listened to this basketball podcast, and this guy was talking about how like his son, like he's a big basketball fan and stuff, but he doesn't actually like sit down and watch
Yeah,
a basketball from
Yeah.
start to end,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
basketball game from start to end.
Yeah.
So he'll literally just like he'll go and watch highlight clips of different basketball games.
You know why?
And
Because
that's
it's
it.
the fun parts. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I
telling
know it's
you.
crazy, Paul.
It's the exciting parts that people want to see. They don't care about everything.
But that's
yeah,
not
he's dribbling
okay.
the ball. He's going up the court. Okay. It's when they score the game-winning point. That's what they want to see.
But
When
don't
they
you
catch
think,
a football like with one hand in the
Paul,
end zone.
this
That's what they want to
this
see.
makes me sad.
They don't care.
No, but this makes me sad.
Well,
Life isn't exciting all the time.
no, it's not. People
So,
have
like-
to smell the roses, man.
Well, this is the problem, right? Because I think that like everybody's like picking and choosing those like brilliant moments or whatever to watch of a game or whatever. They take away all these other parts, but you can't do that with your life.
It all goes back to everybody wants instant entertainment and gratification.
Yeah.
They don't care about all the boring stuff. They want it now. Like
Yeah.
going back to YouTube again,
Yeah.
let's say the most popular videos, millions and millions of views. If you watch them, which I watch a few with my son, whatever,
Yeah.
they are boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
bouncing back and forth, that there's a trick in editing too, where little hard to explain, but you overlap one clip's voice from the next clip, so that there's no pause or track. It's like the person starts talking before the other person starts talking, and it's like it's right away.
That's
flashing
crazy,
the cameras.
Paul.
Yeah, it's attention grabbing.
So here's my question, Paul. Maybe you can help me with this. What do I do as a teacher?
Man, I don't know, man. When we were in school, it was kind of like phones were just coming out.
Yeah.
And there was no streaming services. There was Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Right? It was, you got to go rent a movie.
Yeah.
And TV really sucked, to be honest. You watched just, 20 channels?
Yeah.
Now it's like, I don't know what to tell you.
How do we keep up? Like, how do teachers keep the attention of their students? And like, and you know what's
Make
funny
it
is
like a
that,
YouTube video.
well, but the thing is though, like, right? Like, it's funny because like people are constantly saying, "Oh, but like, yeah, teachers, you gotta like change with the times or whatever." But like, what do you mean change with the times? Like, like we're in a classroom with 25 to 30 like 8-year-olds.
I think that in classroom setting now, it's like, I would say of an hour class, 90% of attention is not on the class.
Yeah,
they're not.
You have to constantly be getting the kids moving around. You can't. They can't sit down.
You gotta constantly say, like, get their attention somehow.
Yeah. But the thing, and that's what I'm constantly doing in grade 8. Like, I'm moving around the class, right? I'm constantly moving around.
So you get so many steps.
Getting my steps. but I'm saying, but like I feel like you kind of have to do that because, and you have to like stop and like talk about the next thing and like get them onto the next topic because they're like.
You got to make everything exciting or else it's like a drag.
Yeah.
It is. And nobody will listen.
But not everything is exciting though.
I know, but when, I guess in general teaching, like I'm not a teacher or whatever, but it's got to be like constantly like illustrating why those things are exciting.
Like for example,
or useful.
Okay, like today I'm teaching 10 exponent -4, right?
Boy.
I'm teaching that when I'm teaching that when there's a negative exponent, you multiply the reciprocal.
That's
so
right.
you switch the 10 to 1 over 10.
1 over 10 to the power
1 over
4.
10 times 1 over 10 times 1 over 10 times 1 over 10. And then you make them all decimal 1. You multiply them together, and that gives you your answer. And it's a movement of decimal.
I think we need a video illustration of this.
Well, but the thing is, though, how do you make that exciting, Paul?
You got to do like, have you ever seen those videos where it's like a cartoon singing this just
Yeah.
It's like, where do you do it? 1 over 10 to the 4. Like something,
I know.
some kind of a jingle.
Paul, but come on. Like, life's not a jingle.
No, it's not.
Right. And this is the thing. Like,
bell.
I think the problem is again, we have the expectations, right? Like now, like kids think that because they watch YouTube at a young age, everything has to be entertaining.
Yeah, man.
Not everything's entertaining in life.
Wait till we get virtual goggles.
Wow, it's already there.
It's there, but like in 10, maybe 15 years. I don't know. I don't know technology advancement anymore, the timelines. But imagine like you the whole class is going to be from home. You're going to sit there, put your goggles on, and everybody's going to be 500 pounds.
Yeah.
With, I think the lifespan is going to increase because of medicine, but decrease because of laziness, And it's going to be like a crazy society. Yeah. Can you imagine 50 years from now? That's
Paul,
crazy.
I don't want to think about it.
That's crazy.
I can't even imagine tomorrow.
No, I can't.
Next complaint, Paul. Like that complaint when like you go to a restaurant and you're like, my God, there's too much ice in my drink.
Oh man, they do it on purpose.
It's watered down.
Yeah, 100%. And then if you go on like, okay, well, vacations are different because they actually pump you with rum. And Coke and rum and Coke and rum and this and rum and that.
Well, because it's funny you said vacations because the next one we're going to talk about too is about like complaining about like temporary out of drinks at all inclusives and like out of towels and stuff like that.
If you go to places like, I wouldn't say like Jack Astor's or things like that, but if you go to certain restaurants, definitely watered down. Yeah,
they're watered down.
Yeah, and if it's not ice, it's watered down.
Yeah,
like the iced tea is not brown. It's like a hue. It's like a clear hue.
But you know what's not brown. Watered down, Paul?
Go ahead.
The price.
Yeah, it's increased.
Yeah.
Even for freaking water.
I know.
So we go to a restaurant and a bottle of water is like $7.50.
It's ridiculous.
It's 50 cents, man.
But it's funny,
it's
like
crazy.
all these things are kind of intertwining because like my complaints are, a lot of them are involving water.
It's funny because this whole time talking now,
Yeah.
we've been complaining about these things.
Yeah, yeah. Well, because
And the whole episode's about first world
yeah,
problems,
yeah,
right?
yeah. No, but I'm saying because
Case
these
in
are
point.
things that bother us. But
Yeah.
like, should they bother us?
They're little like, you know what it reminds me of? A Seinfeld episode.
Yeah,
The little things that don't matter are bothering them on the show,
yeah.
right? And it's funny, right? But it's got to the point where it's like, man, just chill out, relax, take a breath. Nothing matters like that much.
the water theme, Paul. There's two other things that go with the water theme, right? One other water theme problem is waiting for filtered water and having to drink from water bottles, right?
Okay.
So, like for example, we have the water filter on my house, right?
Right.
The thing is so slow. What's funny is
Because it's got to fill up the tank first.
So I'm laughing because I actually pictured last time you guys came over. I remember Nadia sitting there.
For an hour.
She was trying to fill the water bottle on our water.
yeah.
Our water filter is so slow because I think I have to change the actual filter, right?
Maybe your holding tank is something's wrong with it.
I know. I got to get a
It's not-
professional in there.
Because that's the whole point of the pressure. It builds up in the tank
Yeah.
to give you the pressure from
Yeah.
the water. If
Yeah.
it's not full, the tank,
Yeah.
which probably doesn't fill up anymore
Yeah.
somehow, you're not going to get the pressure of the water.
Maybe you need to come fix my tank.
Maybe I will.
So the thing is so there's something there's a problem there because I pressed the button, the water is coming down at a steady stream for I think that's the lingo.
The lingo,
steady stream. So it's coming at a steady stream for like maybe like I'd say like a glass, and then it slows down, and it's bad.
Okay, how big is your tank?
The tank's not big, Paul. It's probably just a little bit bigger than like
Is it a basketball size?
a little bit bigger than a basketball.
So
size.
it should work.
This is what I'm saying. It's always worked before. Now recently
the
there's
filters
there's an issue
It's
here.
clogging in a filter.
Yeah, something's
Not enough
clogged
water's
or
coming
whatever.
through.
I don't know what it is. But the thing is that like now in the morning, and like the thing is my kids, they don't want to go and fill those water bottles that we put in the fridge.
Yeah, no.
Right? So they leave them empty. They go, they're even giving filtered water to the dog.
Oh, man.
And then I'm left with no water.
Oh, man.
Right? So in the morning, like I'm like timing everything to try to get as much filtered water back into these things, right? So like I wake up in the morning, I check the fridge. I'm like, okay, we're down to what levels of water?
competition.
Okay, I gotta go start filling the water bottle. Okay, I'm gonna go for a walk. When I come back with the dog,
what it could-
I'll fill up some more.
Yeah, no. So your whole water supply is based on timing and
Yeah,
and
it's
efficiency.
ridiculous.
Okay, so I think
It's a first world problem.
it is.
Yeah.
It is. There's also like a shutoff for the water underneath, like a plastic shutoff valve.
Yeah,
Maybe it's turned halfway and it's not filling up the tank
I gotta
fast
check.
enough.
Yeah,
Yeah, that could be the problem.
yeah. That could be
Yeah,
the issue.
That could be the first world problem.
Yeah, but anyway, so and then along with the water.
Okay, well, no. But
Yeah.
here's another first world problem.
Yeah.
The fact that we are filtering pre-filtered water because it's filtered already when it comes to our drinking tap.
But Paul,
For
it's
us
not-
to filter it again,
it's reverse osmosis.
I know, but in third world countries,
Yeah,
if
no,
we
I
had
know.
anywhere close to the
Yeah.
tap water we have,
Yes, I know.
they would
I know.
go
I
nuts.
know.
But
I
we're
know.
like, let's filter our tap water. Okay,
Yeah.
in certain I understand
Can
the
I
problem,
can
but
I s-
you know what I'm saying.
Okay, so let me tell you something. In Schaumburg, the amount of metal in that
In the
water.
Yeah, it's probably a lot of iron and stuff.
You know how ridiculous it is? Like the the filter for downstairs for the
softener, water softener.
no, not the water softener. The filter for the humidifier.
Oh,
That thing there,
it's rust.
I have to change that thing every like 3 months.
Really?
And because it'll rust and when I go to
bad.
change it, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
I have to take the tube out and I have to put something through it to get all the rusty water out of there.
So that's like my at my cottage there. It's lake water, but it goes through a filtration
Yeah.
system, whatever. But there's so much iron and stuff
Yeah.
in it that every year, pretty much since I've owned it,
Yeah.
I have to go about changing the hot water tank elements
Yeah.
because
Wow, the elements
they're
get that
corroded.
bad. Yeah.
I took
It's
one
crazy.
out. When was it? A few months ago. At the beginning of summer.
corroded.
Yeah, a few months ago,
Yeah.
and it was like,
I remember seeing that YouTube video.
yeah, and I literally I just bought it,
Yeah.
put it in, and it was done.
Yeah.
And I have a UV bacteria disinfectant lamp,
Yeah.
which is, it cycles through there, the water kills the bacteria as the final step.
Do they sell those in third world countries?
They not. They should.
Okay.
But it's done already, and I just got
That's
it.
crazy.
So the amount of, and it's natural lake fresh water,
I know.
right? So it's kind of like, okay,
It's kind of scary.
it's kind of scary.
But with that being said, with what we're on the topic of water, right? I think another problem that people like that I laugh about all the time. I laugh about this because I'll be honest with you. I complain about the price of gas. Yes, 100%. Everybody does, right?
Yeah.
But what I laugh about is the people that are complaining about gas, and then they walk into the gas station and they buy junk food, bottled water, and smokes.
That's the problem. You see?
Right?
Yeah, I see it all the time, man.
Think about it. Gas is whatever price, okay? But you're filling up your tank, and you're driving, and you're driving for a while.
It's a useful
right?
thing.
And you're using it, right? You go into the gas station and you pay like $4 for a bottle of water.
Yeah.
That you can have for free at home.
Yeah. And chocolate bars, and so
Yeah.
your priorities of spending are not right.
Yeah, they're not right.
No. And then you complain about, gas is too much.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
but
just
you're
spent
also blowing your
$18 on
cash
a couple bottles of water,
Yeah.
a pepperoni stick, and a
Why do they sell those there, man?
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they got all kinds of crap at the gas station.
Yeah,
People are even like they're getting like friggin' 3-day-old hot dogs there that are
it's just
rolling
disgusting.
around.
Yeah.
Right? They don't even look. They look disheveled. They don't even know
They are
what
disheveled.
that thing is.
There's hair on them.
Yeah. That's disgusting, Paul. I gotta wash my mouth though. Just thinking.
Who knows if they dropped them before they put it in?
No,
there.
but it's this. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? So like that makes me laugh because I've more than a few times I've heard people at the gas station complaining, even to the person behind the counter, about the price of this could be price of gas. Like how are we supposed to live? Da da da.
As if the person
can I get a
behind the
Demoria
counter-
extra light? And
for $30.
I got this.
Chew it, gum and whatever, anything.
Yeah.
No,
And they're paying a premium.
Yeah, it's completely backwards, man.
Yeah,
Well, first of all, water costs more than gas per liter,
it does.
right?
Yeah,
Depending where you buy it. But
it actually
it does.
Yeah,
And that's the crazy thing.
it is the crazy thing.
So should they be complaining more about bottled water?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think they complain as much.
Right, and then on top of that,
And what does bottled water do for you?
I know.
Does it get you from place A to place B to point B? It does. I understand, but you can. Doesn't have to be bottled water.
So we have I don't know about your kids, right? But like at my school and even at my kids' school, they got the refillable water stations.
Yeah.
And they tell you
you
how
got
many
to,
bottles of water
Yeah.
you saved by refilling your
thing,
right? You think about it, it's pretty crazy. It's true.
Yeah. Well,
right?
It's true, and I guess it kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It's the whole episode, right? People complaining about things that maybe they shouldn't.
Yeah. We got a couple more. So another one that I wrote down was complaining about leaving your car charger at home. So which
We
leads
have
to
all
decreased
done that.
use of phone.
We have all done that. Yeah, it leads to rebellion.
Yeah.
It's frustrations, stress.
Yeah. Right. What happens if your phone dies out?
Yeah, no, it's terrible.
Right.
Yeah,
Have you ever? Okay. Let's be honest.
Wait.
When was the last time, like, you forgot your phone?
You know what? Rare. It's rare.
Doesn't happen.
No, it's always on me. It's like, I take it everywhere in my house. Imagine how addicted.
Yeah.
Like if I gotta go to the bathroom, it's I gotta take my phone.
Yeah.
If I go upstairs, I gotta take my phone. If I go
It's
sit on the
pretty
couch, I gotta take my phone.
Yeah.
It's like it should be attached to me.
It's an appendage.
It's an appendage. Yeah.
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 But it's like, it does. It's crazy, and I'm sure everybody out there is the same.
Yeah.
Don't lie.
It's true. but I think the other thing that's crazy too, Paul, is that now I think that everybody is accustomed to, like, so for example, like if I have a a zip up jacket or something,
Yeah.
right? There's always a certain space where my phone goes. Like I always kind of put it in the same pocket, right?
They design clothes now
Yeah.
to fit your phones
So
and charge your phone.
yeah, oh, that's
On your
just
clothes.
ridiculous. I know, but don't you like? I can sense the phone's not there because of the difference in weight.
Yeah.
Your body's, it is like an
And
appendage.
if you don't have your phone with you or near you or on you, you don't know where it is, you start to get nervous right away.
Why?
You start to freak out right away.
It's pretty crazy, Paul.
Yeah, because who's gonna call you? What do you got to look at? Instagram again?
It's a lot of control, man.
So I was telling you before, for some reason, Instagram
Yeah.
today just happened to randomly block my account for no reason. So I emailed them. I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's kind of stupid.
But you're frustrated.
But I'm frustrated, and
think
it's
it's
funny.
a
I'm
first
like,
world
okay,
problem,
I
Paul.
know that happened.
I think it's a first world problem.
It is because I said I know that happened. They're gonna get back to me. Fine, put it down.
Yeah.
You know, like 2 seconds later, I picked up my phone to look at Instagram. Like, oh yeah,
Yeah. Because you're used to it.
I can't believe it. And then I realized I said, what the hell am I don't need to look at this thing.
Do you ever use that thing on your phone? I don't know actually if your phone has it. I know my phone has it, iPhone.
Wow.
That it shows you like how you use your phone on a
Yeah,
daily
it
basis.
does. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty insane.
It's crazy. Like if it shows you the number of times like you open like Instagram, it's just like, oh my God, like how many hours?
To be honest with you,
wasted.
I'm not that bad with Instagram. I'm probably worse with Twitter. But
It's funny.
yeah,
I don't go on Twitter at all.
Yeah,
It's I don't know why. Like, you know what I find about Twitter? You're never gonna get anybody to follow you. It's like the algorithm or whatever that means. Was good at the start of it. Now it's like impossible.
Yeah,
It's like you're talking to nobody.
that's true.
Unless you hashtag and then it kind of randomly sees. But like it's very difficult to gain any attention.
You have to be in a special niche of conversation.
Yeah, because if again, it's hard to get attention
Yeah.
with everybody, right? So
My last one, Paul, and maybe I think we can both say that we've done this before. Being tired after exercising and complaining about it.
oh yeah, all the time.
Right.
I think that's for people. That's for people who don't really exercise.
Well, no, but I'm saying like, like
A lot of people exercise like, yeah, I feel great.
yeah, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that like I do it sometimes too, and I'm sure a lot of people do, right? They exercise and after it's like, oh man, I'm so tired, right? Like,
Yeah, but how about the opposite or even before that?
yeah,
They complain that they're out of shape, but they don't exercise.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of complaining around eating and exercising.
It's so difficult, man. Like I find like when we were younger, I didn't even care about that stuff.
Yeah,
But then it's like now, like I guess recently, even the last few years, it's
Yeah.
like you're so attentive,
yeah,
but yet we still eat the crap.
yeah. I've been trying
it's
really
like-
hard, right?
like, man, Thanksgiving, right?
yeah,
It's like,
Thanksgiving.
okay, I'm gonna have turkey and no dessert. Put out 50 pies in front of you. What are you gonna do?
Paul, you're gonna eat the pie.
Tomorrow I'm gonna start.
Yeah,
And then tomorrow he's like, just a little bit of sugar.
yeah.
It's the cycle of terribleness. But yeah, it is. But yeah, like I've done many times where I've exercised. And I'm like, I'm exhausted. I'm done.
Yeah, I know.
think it's just overworking.
But isn't it like complaining about even the fact that you're able to have time to exercise, right? Like, you know how many people wish they had time to exercise?
Well, here's the thing then. I could rebuke that fact.
Oh, here we go with the rebuking.
Because, is it rebuke? Rebut?
Yeah.
Rebuttal?
There's a rebuttal here.
Rebuttal? If you get off your damn phones,
Yes,
you'll have a lot of
everybody
time.
has time. Yeah.
Right?
Everybody
There's guys
can
that
make
run
time.
marathons, then go to their work, and then they do this,
Yeah.
they do that, do that. We have the same amount of time, right?
People can control their time a whole lot more than they think they
100%.
can. Than they think they can.
100%. I got no time to do that. What did you do for 2 hours previously, right? So there's a lot of time. But yeah, I mean, I think it's...
You know what, Paul?
People talk about exercise all the time, and 90% don't do anything.
Paul, you know what? I got to say something. Not having enough time to click the follow button or to click a thumbs up button for our podcast is a first world problem.
It's a nice transition.
People got to get over it. Hopefully our audience has learned from this episode and they'll take the time to follow us, leave some positive feedback. And as always, we thank you for losing yourself in our conversations. And until next time, I'm Joel.
All right, Paul.
See ya.